message I just heard when I got these cards, Aries, was repair. Repair. So I feel like you're getting the opportunity this month to repair a relationship that I think previously, like, you had gotten at your wit's end with, okay, so to speak. This could definitely be work. I mean, this is not a love reading. This is a general personal path reading. So, I mean, if you're married, I feel like marriage is part of your, your marriage is usually part of your everyday life. So this would be like you've just been fed up and tired, and you've been, going through the same old story, and you get a breakthrough. I'm feeling like this is a breakthrough. I get the sense that something, like you're a take charge sign, Aries. You're a go ahead sign. Like, you're the type that usually just acts on their desires. However, I feel like something, I'm not sure what it is holding you back. And it seems like it's an outside influence, right? It appears that way to you, but it's not. It's your own doing, whether it's something that, is unconscious to you or not. Like, yep. Yeah, it's almost as if, Aries, you're holding yourself back from having this 10 of Cups moment. Okay? I don't know if, maybe in your job you feel like this. You feel like you're overworked and underpaid. You feel like you've been walking this path, like the burden is on you. Because the feeling here is walking this path alone. It's like carrying the burden alone, but both these people are outside together. And because this is a general and career reading, I want to say that maybe some of you, it may not actually be the case, but you feel as though you're in a financial crisis and you just want to get back to the time where you didn't have to worry about money. You just got to worry about feeling good and being happy. Okay. I almost feel like this is like, I think you're coming out of the storm though, Aries, because you already got 2 10s and I didn't even lay your spread yet. Yeah. Yeah. I think, Aries, you're finally ready. You're finally ready to break yourself free of the people that you've allowed to control you, of, it's like subtle manipulation, because, you're very headstrong and and for the most part, you take action on what you need to take action on, but in some regard, you've like sold your soul to a concept, to an idea, to a belief. And I think you're finally ready to take your power back and end this cycle. I think you're done. I think you're done with not being happy every single day. Like, working hard is not enough for you anymore. Having money is not enough for you anymore. Being 9 to 5, just making it by is not enough to you anymore. Hi, Aries. So we have an interesting spread here. Like I was saying in the introduction, I do think that you're fed up, and I do think that you're ready to end a really big pattern that you've been in. Now, this is a general, I call it personal path and career reading. However, I do think for those of you that are married and there's not like an issue, like I'm not talking about people that are already split up or are interested in filing for divorce. I'm talking about people that are like solid in a family. I feel as though the reason for your fed upness, like, is due to the dynamic you have with your family, or how work is taking you away from your family, or whatever this is. A lot of it is to bring more harmony to your marriage or to your home life. And the problems, though, like, obviously all of our problems are created from our own being, the problems that were occurring were not because of the two people in the marriage. It was because of your choices out in the world and out in your career. Okay, so obviously if you're not married, then this is just about your personal path and about work. Personal path can also involve children, even if you're not seeing anybody, as well as friends and things like that. Okay, your overall energy this month in June is the Star, which is really, really beautiful, Aries. Like, for me, I see you ready to finally surrender. That's what I'm seeing here. I think that you're ready surrender to something bigger than you. I think you're finally realizing you cannot do it all alone, that you wanting support or wanting people with you does not make you any less strong. I think that you're realizing that, for some of you, it's like to be a provider, to be a homemaker doesn't have to be what it's been for the last, 5-10 years or how you were raised to believe it to be. I see you ready to break down self-imposed barriers as well as, programmed barriers that we were taught through our circumstances and conditioning throughout our lifetime. I also see you ready to get back in touch with how you feel in a balanced manner, because we also have temperance down here, okay? I think that you're going from aimless dreaming and fantasy to actually doing something about actualizing your ideal life, okay? That's the way to describe it. What Spirit is asking you to leave behind in May, we have the Death card and the Seven of Cups. The runes that we have here on the Death card was Wisdom, and on the Seven of Cups, Success. So I think that you've learned, like I was saying, Aries, I think you've learned that success is not all that, it's not all that glitters and gold. This is what I was saying to Sagittarius with this card. Like, I think you've learned, like, that it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors with what corporations offer or what jobs say they're really about. Like, what is success, right? It's almost like a carrot dangled in front of our face, and like when we go to bite it, then we feel sick. You know what I mean? Or we had to work so hard to get there that by the time we achieve, that level of success we've set for ourselves, we can't even enjoy the fruits of our labor because we're debilitated. Okay? So I think Death with Wisdom is a beautiful combination, because it's saying that not only are you ready to surrender, right? Because death requires surrender, but you're going to keep the wisdom. You're not like, this isn't, the Ten of Swords was in the beginning, but this isn't the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is defeat. You're forced to surrender. This is a chosen surrender to an extent, but also I feel as though you've learned. You learned that, not every option is a viable option. And not everything appears as it seems. Success is not all it's cracked up to be. It's not what it's like on TV. It's not what they told you when you were 10 years old. It's not what your parents achieved. And I think that you're finally seeing that, and you're ready to transform and transition into a new phase. Now, what's interesting is the door that is now open to you that was once closed is the Five of Pentacles. And I asked for clarity on, more about that. And I got the King of Pentacles. So the vibe I had gotten, the rune here is fertility. So the vibe I had first gotten here was like, a couple that like are two ships in a night. Like one works day shift, one works night shift, all in an effort to create financial security. But, it's like, it's hard for me to find a positive of the Five of Pentacles, but if Spirit opened this door, and then the rune here is fertility, right, which is the complete opposite of the Five of Pentacles. So it's almost like Spirit is saying, by you surrendering to Spirit, saying, you know what, I don't know what the best level of success is for me. I don't know what success looks like for me in a way that is healthy and happy, right? So Spirit says, okay, now that you've opened this door to potentially end up, right? Potentially end up broke. I don't think, obviously, Spirit would never take away from us unless, there was some type of serious lesson to learn. But it's like you have to be willing to go broke, essentially, or like be left out in the cold to actually achieve this level of comfortability financially. I know that sounds like such a paradox, but I mean, isn't the universe a paradox anyway? It's like, I also sense some, how do you say it? resistance, like I was talking about in the beginning. So it's like, another thing to remember is like, if we truly believe that we are provided for, we don't actually need to hold on to our money so tightly because we innately believe in our hearts, right? Believe, the star. Believe that we are provided for and will never go without. So it's kind of saying like, if you don't believe in yourself and your ability to, you know, have everything provided for you, you know, spirit, like you might, you know, have an issue with your job where you lose it. It's like almost like you need, if you leave your job, you'll be okay. If you don't believe that you're okay with yourself, you would be forced to find out. Yeah, 5 of Swords. There's just a lot of, this is a mental battle you're having with yourself. I think between what it means to be comfortable, what it means to be financially secure, and what it looks like out in your reality. Like, I think it's a battle between the two. Like, I think that in some cases you will be the King of Pentacles. Like if I was an outside person was looking at you, they'd think, oh, you're the King of Pentacles. Like, you're totally secure. You have everything you need. Why would you worry? But inside you feel like this. You feel like the 5 of Pentacles. You feel like you don't have enough and you're not sure. Or it could be in the reverse, okay? Aries, like depending on where you are with the accepting and the surrender of these, in some way, falsities of what success is. I think with the fertility rune here, it's saying whatever side you choose to lay on or lean on, that is what will multiply. Was in the bottom of the deck. Yep, 8 of Wands. There's a lot of power here to move forward. And with the 8 of Wands, there's an idea here of instant manifestation. So I think this is saying, 5 of Swords, be very, very mindful of the fact that your thoughts create your reality. And if you don't want to feel like this and you want to boss up and feel like the King of Pentacles, well then, you need to believe that you are provided for and that you are financially secure, and that, you know, if this dream and if this faith that you have is pure and sincere, then why wouldn't you have everything that you need? What is this card that fell? King of Cups. King of Cups. So the King of Cups is very emotionally stable. So Aries, I know that's not your default setting by any means, but I'm led to say get a grip, okay? Get a grip on your emotions and you'll be okay. Like once you understand the value of being emotionally secure, I think that you will find it a lot easier to I don't want to say control your mind, but manage your thoughts. Yeah. Don't fight with yourself, because the only person that's going to lose is you. Okay? Don't have that mental back and forth of like, it's like when somebody asks you out to dinner, you're like, "Oh, I'm so broke." "Oh, do you want to go have fun?" "Oh, I'm so broke." Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Because guess what? You will end up being broke. Okay? For real. I've watched it happen in my life. Absolutely. I make less money now a year than I have in the past, and I have more money to my name, and I do a lot more, and I live a much happier life. And not that having less money makes you live a happier life, but the fact that I'm able to hold on to money says a lot about where my head is at and what I do with my energy than how it was previously. You know, I used to believe that I had to work hard, physically hard, to a point that I was like drained if I wanted to obtain a certain amount of cash. And obviously that's not true. That's not true. You know, we have to co-create with the universe. So it's not all action areas. And I think that's what you're usually used to. So now you're ready to surrender over. And the last portion that you haven't surrendered yet is this idea of the material plane. And I think you're almost ready. In your energy for June, in your head, we have the Hanged Man. In your heart, Justice. And in your foundation, the Eight of Swords. So the rune that I had up here in the Hangman is home, which is why I was talking about family and the home life and children potentially. So I think for a lot of you, you feel as though, or maybe it really is in reality, the home that you desire or the home life that you desire is on pause. Or you don't know yet how to achieve and keep it secure, right? Have it and really hold it, because this is a real energy. So I think that, but this is a very positive sign as well too, because we're leaving behind this Five of Swords energy and we're coming into the Hanged Man, which though it can represent stagnancy, so you're not making any active moves with your thoughts, but I think that's necessary right now, Aries. I think you're taking a break, taking a pause to look at things differently, right? You're ready to seek enlightenment about how to build a foundation that is conducive to, I really want to say balanced life, right? Because you have justice in your heart space. So the energy of the heart space always speaks directly to your energy. It's never another person in my opinion, unless we're doing a love reading. So I think that you're ready to believe in justice, to believe in karma, to believe that if you have really been doing things in accordance to your highest good, then why wouldn't you be rewarded? I think you're ready for, some of you, a judgment to be made. Maybe you put in papers at work to get, you know, a settlement or a disability or to get a promotion or whatever. And I think you're ready to, whatever shall be type of thing. Okay, that's how it feels. But I really feel like your motivator for everything that you're doing is to create a more harmonized home life. But what's interesting is you have this Eight of Swords here in the foundation, and that means the only reason anything hasn't moved forward yet, even though the Hanged Man is a spiritual card, right? It's one that spirit brings down on us. So it's like this mental pause is out of your hands. Like that is required. You need to take a break from your mentality, yet you are almost trying to fight it. It's like you're digging your heels in. Like your head is ready, your heart is ready, but you're holding your physical body back. Or some of you are going to be stuck in this energy or having to live out this energy till August. Or whatever this is, like this shift, this moving on that's over here, it's not going to happen till August. Yeah, this also adds up to an 8. Okay? We have 8 in the outcome as well. The only person that can stop you is you, Aries, okay? This fight that you're having between what is, like, it's like what's good, what's bad, what's success, what's failure, what's rich, what's poor, what's smart, what's stupid. You know, like I think that you're really having, in some ways, an existential crisis. I don't think that you have many of those. So they're catching you off guard because you're usually just like used to letting your emotions like just spark off really quick and then they come right back down. I don't think you typically ponder and you're actually having to like put forethought into this situation. And I think you're really ready though, even though you're locking yourself a little bit out of your emotions, like it's like the decisions that you're making physically out in the world, like with your physical body, aren't in alignment yet with how you feel. And that's why I think Spirit is putting this self-imposed pause on you. And also, I'm really feeling with the Justice card, it's kind of the idea of like, listen, Aries, like you can take yourself out of this Eight of Swords. You can take yourself out of this self-imposed mental prison, this negative way of thinking, and you can go and take the action, right? The well thought out action that you know will bring you to a place that you want to be. Or if you don't take the action, you're just going to hold the sense in your heart. Well, then don't be mad when the universe takes action for you and you don't like what they choose, even though regardless, you're going to get to the space of how you want it to feel. You know what I mean? Like we can either co-create, get the inspiration and act on it, or we can sit back and wait and not make any moves. And then, right, the universe will test us and have it happen for us. It's like the Tower card would come next type of idea. Okay? The advice that Spirit has for you to navigate this energy for the highest good. We have the Six of Swords, and I asked for additional clarity, and these two came out together. Temperance and the Six of Cups. And the runes that we have here is future and strength. So the message I got for some of you is that there's a need to move on from a way of thinking, right? This is what we've been talking about the whole time. Even though cups, this is, you know, cups over here, a lot of this happens in your head. The Seven of Cups. It's a very dreamy imagination energy. It's a fantasy that we grapple at, okay? But the Six of Swords is a need to really move beyond a place that has been emotionally, I'm feeling, disturbing for you on some regard. And I feel as though your whole family has been affected. I mean, the whole family's in the boat. You know, even if you're living with your spouse and your kids or, you know, whatever, or they're close by, it's this idea that something through work or your personal choices has kept you away from them in some capacity, whether like you barely get home in time to like tuck them in and you're gone before you see them in the morning or whatever. All of that feeling of being distant, even if you're close, has been going on. And I think you're finally ready to move on. I think, you know, it's going to take you some time to fully lay this mentality to rest, but you are ready. And what's interesting is I look at these two cards as the motivator, right? The motivation for why you're ready to finally move on. And Spirit's encouraging you to move on. They're telling you you don't have to let it all down tomorrow, but you do have to put forth the effort into releasing yourself from this captivity. And, you know, Temperance is here saying, with the future card, saying it's time to really heal yourself so I think you can enjoy your future. It's like you need to move on now so you can live a healthy future later. I'm feeling like health has something to do with this here. Okay? Also, you need to move on because you need to recalibrate your inner and outer worlds. They currently don't match. For some of you, I think that this mentality you're moving on from is to heal and strengthen your bond with your children, as well as heal from and empower yourself through learning and looking into old beliefs like childhood programming beliefs, like things that your parents taught you, like what I was saying over here about success. You have an opportunity to heal that. So many cups. Actually, 5. Well, this is 6. 6 of cups, and there's 2 cups in the Temperance, which is 8, and 8's in the outcome. So I think you will move on, and I think you are ready to heal. But there's an idea here, Aries, that I definitely feel your physical health has to do with it. And this moving on from this way of talking to yourself, this way of believing the things that you believed about your situation, you need to let it go for your own health and to strengthen the relationship with your children, your grandchildren, or to be able to have children or work with children. Okay, and the most likely outcome for the end of the month, end of June, is the 4 of Cups. And then these came out together, the Knight of Wands and the 8 of Cups. So the rune I have here is female. So I think this will more likely apply to you if you're a female or if your boss is a female. I think that you're just not going to, I think you're just more than anything not going to be satisfied with whatever somebody offers you because you've grown, because you've matured on a soul level, and you want a simpler life. I'm feeling as though you want a simpler life, Aries. So I feel as though maybe a boss or, you know, someone is going to offer you a new opportunity or something else that's supposed to appeal to your senses, and you're just going to tell them, like, you know what? I'm all set. Because with the Knight of Wands and the 8 of Cups together as a pair, it's like you're going to move from your fire, which is, to me, that's using your fire energy appropriately. You're going to take your knowing, right? Your attachment to your spirit and make the decision to just go and move on. Because here it's talking about moving on mentally. Here it's talking about moving on emotionally from something that has long been established. So it's like, whatever's happening this month, Aries, is the straw that broke the camel's back in the best way possible. Okay? In the best way possible. You were already there mentally, and you were already there emotionally, and now you're ready to be there. You're ready to be there physically. Yeah. We have the Chariot and the Nine of Swords. So don't get anxious about it, okay? The only thing that can stop you from moving on and moving forward is yourself, okay? That is very, very clear, okay, in the message. I've been seeing that all the way through. You need to make sure that you don't self-sabotage yourself, okay? Don't self-sabotage. Also, even though the Knight of Wands is like your general energy, like, you're used to using your fire, I also feel as though don't get complacent, and then through like your how do I say it? Like proud complacency, like your comfortable complacency, you make a rash decision. Like make sure body, mind, and spirit is being considered for every decision. Yeah. Yep. And we got Justice again at the bottom of the deck. So as long as you take body, mind, and spirit into consideration through leaving this like meh offer, okay, making the decision, right, to leave, like they offer you a promotion and you're like, you know what, that's not enough. I'm out of here. Because I told y'all, $5,000 extra was not enough for all these other duties. I need 10. You know what I mean? And you're going to move on to something bigger and better, something that's actually going to come into fruition and appeal to you in totality, okay? Spirit, give me an affirmation for Aries for the month of June for the highest good of their soul's evolution to support them on their path. I knew this had something to do with physical health. I am pain-free and totally in sync with my life. I'm telling y'all, if you are, don't be hasty with your body. Like, and I feel though as well, if you like the fact that your body and your mind are not in harmony is a lot of your health issues. I feel as though too. Granted, I'm not a doctor. Not even close. But I do know that dis-ease is caused by harboring resentment and a lot of emotions that we don't express. So if you are not living your truth that you hold internally, that will cause disease, and that's an extreme way of spirit telling you, like, you need to get in alignment with your truest purpose. And if you don't, and you keep working yourself to the bone, well, then you're going to have nothing left. Like, that can really happen. I return my body to optimum health by giving it what it needs on every level, okay? So listen to yourself. Listen to your body, Aries, okay? Because you're coming in. You can harmonize and bring into balance the things that have been off kilter, but you need to prioritize your health and be willing to heal yourself. And please, please, please bring your emotions into the picture and into your decision-making process. I love you guys so much, and I will be back soon with your love readings. Bye.